So, guys, at this point, we all know that personal finance is a journey. It's different for everybody, and there's a lot of moving parts. You're paying off debt, you got your investments, you're saving money, you're piling up cash for your kids' college, and there's so many numbers flying around everywhere. Sometimes, honestly, it's a little bit overwhelming, which is why every month, at the beginning of the month, you should be tracking your net worth so you know exactly where you're at. Track your assets and then subtract your liabilities from your assets. And that gives you exactly what your net worth is. And guys, it takes a couple minutes to do this every single month. And this way you can track how your personal finance journey is going over time. And I do this every month at the beginning of the month, and a lot of people do it as well. So guys, let's talk about net worth with some real life examples. Listen up and make sure to subscribe. Of course, hit that like button as well. Cheers. Let's get into it.
What is your net worth?
$46 million.
$46 million. As an 8-figure entrepreneur, what has been the best financial advice that you've ever received throughout your lifetime?
The best advice I ever got that really could relate to a lot of things. If you're walking through a fucking field and you step in a pile of shit, it's all right. Stepped in a pile of dog shit and it happens. But when you're walking back home and you walk through that same field, you step in that same pile of dog shit a second time, you're a fucking dumbass. Learn from your mistakes.
What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
After I sold my company in insurance, I decided to become a venture capitalist.
What has been your secret to sales throughout your career?
My secret to sales is always elevating the client instead of elevating yourself. Let's say, for instance, you're in a social setting with a prospective client or a current client. They're more important than you no matter what. You're out for beers after work with them. Don't talk about the time you were at the frickin' Dallas Cowboy games and got to meet Jerry Jones or whatever, some other fucking bullshit, okay? They told a story about how they saw Michael Jordan in the 90s at a Bulls game. Whoa, how awesome was that? How cool was that? Not, well, this time I went to the Cowboys game, I got to meet so-and-so. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. He's more important, not you.
So there you go, guys. We started off with a crazy example, the guy's worth, and I think I know that guy. Isn't that John Crasani, right? Make sure to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. But yeah, he's worth $46 million. And guys, he dropped some gems there, right? If you want to get to that level, well, first of all, you got to be an entrepreneur for the most part. You're not going to be able to be an employee and get to $46 million unless you're an anomaly, of course. And he gave us another tip there. Always treat the client like he or she is the most important, right? Like they're the North Star, in other words, right? So always be catering to the client. If you have a business, if you provide a service or whatever it may be, obviously you have products, right? You want to make the best product for your client, and that, well, will get you a lot of money.
This is going to be the average net worth by age in America, according to the Federal Reserve. From age 20 to 25, you can see the average net worth is going to be negative $27,000, while the median net worth is going to be negative $13,500. So this makes a lot of sense. Most of us have student debt to pay for our careers in the future. We might be leasing our first car. These put us all in a negative net worth, which is totally fine. So even if you're at zero, you're doing perfectly fine. From age 25 to 35, average net worth is going to be $76,300, while the median is going to be $13,900. So this makes sense because most of us by 30 have decent paying jobs, we probably have a car under our name, and 10 years of income that we could have saved. By age 35 to 45, average net worth is going to be $436,200, while the median is going to be $91,300. So this makes sense to me because a lot of us by 35 to 45 are going to be dabbling into real estate. Our retirement funds, our assets are going to be appreciating in value, and that's why I think there's a big difference from that 25 to 35 range. Age 45 to 55, the average net worth is going to be $833,200, while the median is going to be $168,000. Another huge jump to the appreciation of assets. I mean, this makes sense because there's a double in money. Usually, if you invest in things like the S&P 500 or the total stock market, you could see a double in your money every 6 to 8 years by following the rule of 72. From age 54 to 65, average net worth is going to be $1,175,900, while the median is going to be $212,500. I mean, this makes sense to me once again due to the appreciation of assets. I mean, after 40 years of investing into things like your Roth IRA, your 401k, you should probably have $1 million due to that 40 years of compound interest. For me, however, I think 59.5 to 65 is way too late to retire, and I think no one should pay the price of having to work or have to rely on work for your entire life. So for me, my retirement age goal is going to be 38 by aggressively saving in my 20s and my 30s and investing that into things like index funds, and hopefully I can live off of that, and I want to share that journey with you guys.
Okay, I like this guy. So he wants to retire at 38. Man, I don't know. I guess he's in the FIRE movement, follows the FIRE movement. If I retired at 38, I guess everybody has their own definition of retirement, but I feel like I would go nuts. If your definition of retirement is doing nothing, yeah, I'd go nuts at 38. But if your definition is to be able to do side projects or work on things you actually like, okay, I like that. Retiring at 38. But yeah, that makes sense. Your net worth grows over time. When you're in your 20s, you got a negative net worth because of college debt. Yep, a lot of people got college debt, guys. So yeah, that's pretty cool seeing it there by age. And yeah, if you invest for decades, guys, we talk about this on my main channel, Stas Talk Stocks. If you invest consistently in something like the S&P 500 for decades, you're bound to become a millionaire. The proof's in the pudding, guys.
What is your net worth?
110 million.
110 million. Are you self-made?
Yeah, 100% self-made. Probably about as self-made as you get.
And how can somebody become a 9-figure entrepreneur in today's world?
When I was a stockbroker, we were taught to train investors to be diversified. If you meet billionaires, like I've been a part of Harvard, MIT, CEO programs, every billionaire I met has said the exact opposite. They say if you believe in something, you find something that's good, if you put all your money into that and you grow it. And that's what I did with my company. I self-funded it, put all my money in that company. I have control over that, and it grew bigger and bigger.
And how much is that company worth now?
The main one's over 100 million, probably 130 million, the net value of it.
So how did you scale this business from 8 to 9 figures?
There's 2 books. One's called E-Myth. The other book's called Scaling Up. Both of them talk about the turnkey method. You prove the model and then you duplicate it. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. So we did this in one state in California in the very beginning, and now we're in 43 states. We prove the model, we bring in the sales reps, take care of hospitals, surgery centers, and we just do that over and over again.
What was the lowest point in your career as an entrepreneur?
3 years ago, we grew too fast. There's a quote in business, and it basically says that more companies die from indigestion than starvation. So it means like the company didn't dry up because of sales. We actually grew so fast in sales, we ran out of money because we couldn't make enough product quick enough. It almost killed us. And it was a valuable lesson. You want to grow, but you want to grow sustainably as an entrepreneur, not grow too fast. You can actually grow a company too quickly.
That was phenomenal, man.
Another entrepreneur. Is there a trend here, guys, to get to that insane net worth, 50 million, 100 million, which, a lot of us won't get there. Let's be honest. We don't even need that much freaking money to live a life, a solid, great life. You don't need 50 to 100 million. But yeah, to get to that point, maybe even more than that, you gotta build a business, find out how to provide a service of value, a product of value to society, and scale that puppy up, baby. That's how you're going to get to that level. That's if you want to get to that level. Now, some people, they're aspiring to get to $100,000 net worth. Well, listen to this.
My net worth just hit $100,000. I'm 23 years old, and here's a breakdown. I have just over $11,000 in checking and savings accounts that I'll be investing soon. I have $1,800 in a health savings account, which is invested into a total market index fund. I have $14,500 in my 401k, $14,000 in a taxable brokerage account, $29,000 in my Roth IRA, and $30,200 in a money market fund, which is getting just around 5% right now. This comes out to a total of $101,000. A couple things to note. I'm totally debt-free. I went to Georgia Tech for computer engineering as an in-state student. I'm incredibly privileged and beyond grateful to say that my parents paid my tuition at college. Number 2, I held a lot of internships during college and now work in the high-paying field of software engineering here in San Francisco. My salary is $157,000 and I've been working for almost a year now. Number 3, I live well below my means and save like 60% or more of my income. If you want to see how I spend my money month to month, you can go see one of the many videos I've done on that. Finally, I'm not part of the FIRE movement. I don't have a number I'm trying to hit or an age I'm trying to retire by. I just try to be smart with my money and to be as happy as I can with as little as possible. I'm pretty transparent about pretty much everything in my life, so follow me for more content.
Man, this kid is smart, guys. You see that. That's a much more realistic example. $100,000 net worth. Well, then again, most people by age 23 don't have $100,000 net worth. He's obviously an anomaly. He's a hard worker, no doubt. But that is how your net worth grows, right? You have a bunch of different places where you put your cash. You got savings, you got, Roth IRA, 401k, taxable brokerage, you got some real estate if you have equity and properties. And slowly over time, guys, all these accounts, all these places where you put your money, they grow, they grow, they grow. They start off small. You have a couple thousand in savings, 5,000 Roth IRA, 10,000 401k, 5,000 taxable brokerage. All right, you might not have much starting out, but man, it grows over time. And especially the more you're consistent with it, the more you add money to your accounts and the more time goes by. So $100,000 net worth by 23. Man, that is very good. Shout out to that guy.
What's their net worth? Taylor Swift. T Swift. After this tour, she should be a billionaire, to be honest. But I'm going to say she's like 200 million.
She's 600 million.
Yeah.
She's getting up there.
Similar ballpark.
Vladimir Putin.
Okay. Similar ballpark. 2 billion?
He's 70 billion.
Yeah, he's got
70
That was a
billion.
stupid guess. I take that back.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. I'm gonna say he's 40 million.
He's 100 million.
Damn.
A lot of money goes back into the business apparently,
Yeah,
but
the business is
I know
probably-
his channel itself is probably worth $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if that is legit. Mr. Beast is definitely worth more than $100 million. There's no doubt in my mind. So when you're doing net worth, like I said, guys, you got to calculate your assets and your liabilities. And in your assets category goes your business. So for Mr. Beast, I mean, his business, aka his YouTube empire, all his different channels, all the revenue, all of that goes under assets. It's definitely worth more than $100 million. I doubt he has much debt either. So yeah, I think honestly, Mr. Beast is already a billionaire. If I had to guess, based on the valuation of everything he's doing, he's got to be a billionaire. But yeah, that's interesting. And let me show you one more example here, guys, of Warren Buffett. This goes to show net worth, compound interest. It piles up a lot more the older you get. Buffett's net worth really exploded when he was in his 50s and 60s, guys. It's nuts. So take a look at this video here.
Time goes by so slowly. Time goes by so slowly. Time goes by so slowly.
So yeah, there you go, guys. His net worth as of 2024 is about $133 billion. Think about that. And let's see, back in, when did he cross $1 billion? He crossed $1 billion in 85. So from 55 years old, he became a billionaire at 55 years old, roughly. Now he's 95. So he became a $1 billionaire in 85 at 55 years old. Now 40 years later, he's got $130 billion. So yeah, that goes to show how compound interest works. And man, it piles up more and more as those years goes on, as the years go on. And that goes to show with Warren Buffett's net worth. So guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts. I mean, are you tracking your net worth on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis? You should. If you're not doing that, you should do it for sure. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.